Good morning, student. So today we'll start another module of digital electronics, that is your design of digital circuits. So basically, why we are going to design digital circuits? Because need to perform some operation that we need that digital circuits which is particularly used in your calculator or your any digital device, digital watch or a computer. So in these are the circuits which we are going to study in the today's class or in the upcoming class. We will find many more application of digital circuits. Till now we have covered all the basic logic gates. Now it's time to use that logic gates uh, to implement some applications. So digital circuits is classified into two types, that is your combinational circuits and sequential circuits. Here I have drawn combinational circuits. This is one of your digital circuit and another one is your sequential circuits. In combinational circuits, just imagine you need to design this box. You need to design this box. This box is nothing but your logic gates, combination of logic gates. Here you can see here this box is the system. You need to give some input and that system going to produce some output. Just like in your calculator, you have a keypad and you have a display. So in your keypad you are entering some number to add, and your calculator inside the circuits present inside your calculator perform that addition and your display going to produce the output. So here we can see these circuits only depends, here the output depends only on the present input. Here the output depends only on the present input. So in combination circuits, present output, kindly remember this, this is the very important point, present output depends only on present input. So but in this sequential circuit we can see here we have input, we have output as well, but here we can see the some output get feedback into the input, some output get feedback into the input. So here the present output depends not only on the present input but also on the past output, but also on the past output. So present output depends on present input and past output. So obviously this past output, how we are going to store this past output? We need a memory, you need a memory. But here in combination circuit you don't need any memory. Memory stores data, memory stores data. Your RAM, ROM in your mobile phone, that stores your data. So in sequential circuits, whatever application we are going to see, that here the output depends not only on the present input but also on the past output. Hence this kind of circuits we need a memory, we need a memory, and that memory we are going to connect here. This is your memory, and so output, this output is coming back and stored here in memory, and it is from this memory we are going to apply to the input. So present output depends on present input and past output in case of sequential circuits. Then this is this is few points, that is the difference between the combination circuits and sequential circuits. That is, here no feedback element is present. Obviously feedback means some part of the output we are going to feed into the input, some part of the output we are going to feed in the input. Here there is no relation between output and input, there is no path from output to input, hence there is no feedback element present in combination circuits. But in sequential circuits there is feedback element. So no memory is required. Obviously in combination circuit no memory required. At sequential circuit you need to store the data, hence memory is required. Here no clock signal is required. Clock means we are going to set a timer. So timer circuit is not required here, but in case of sequential circuits we need a clock to operate, to control the output according to the input. So clock is the trigger signal in case of sequential circuits, that is your trigger signal. So examples of this combination circuits are here I have listed few examples, that is adder, subtractor, multiplexer, demultiplexer, encoder, decoder. We will see all these examples we are going to design by using combination circuits. But in case of sequential circuit, I have listed here few examples, that is flip flop, counter, resistor, etc. So this is very important. many a times they are asking in the semester examination, what is the difference between combinational circuits and sequence circuits. So these are the few points you need to note it down and try to understand. This is very easy. So from now onwards I am going to concentrate on combinational circuits. So after that I will teach you about the sequential circuits. So now, so let us see that combinational circuits. So next is, as I have told, in this class we will study about combination circuits. So combination circuits, as I have explained, here this is your circuit you are going to design. Here we are applying some input, and that output depends only on this present input. So first, there are the few procedures I am going to follow it, and you are also going to follow these steps while designing a combination circuits. So first step is identify number of inputs and outputs. First, you need to suppose you are going to add a number. So in addition, what is there? Suppose you want to add 1 bit number. So 1, this is a 1 bit, this is 1 bit. So you need to add this. So 1 plus 1, obviously 10 in digital 10. So 0 is the output, but we have also one carry. This is your carry. So basically you need to input in 1 bit element, and that output produce a sum. This is your result of sum, and another is carry. So we have 2 inputs as well as 2 output. What are the output? Output is your sum and carry. So first step is identify number of inputs and outputs. Identify number of inputs and outputs, then construct the truth table. So now we are going to see the how we are going to truth table by taking into account all the combinations of your bits. Then write output logical expression in sum of product, that is SOP and POS. As I have already explained you how to write sum of product. When the output is 1, we are going to write sum of product expression. When the output is 0, we are going to write product of sum expression. So any one, either in sum of product or product of sum expression, we are going to write this. Then minimize the logical expression. Obviously, the sum of product of sum expression, we are going to write it from the directly from the truth table. Hence, huge number of variables are involved, redundant variables are involved. You need to minimize logical expression by using your Boolean algebra or by using your K-map. Then implement that circuit, implement the remaining, the minimized expression. Now we are going to implement by using the basic logic gates, which we have studied till now. What are the basic logic gates we have studied? NOT gate, AND gate, OR gate, then XOR gate, XNOR gate, NAND gate, NOR gate. So these are the logic basic gates we have studied. Now we are going to combine that basic gates in order to build a combinational circuits. So first application we are going to see, that is your addition, your arithmetic circuits, that is your half adder. First we will in combinational circuit we are going to see arithmetic circuit, how your computer perform addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. So these are known as your arithmetic circuit. Now we will see how to implement that arithmetic circuit. So first is your half adder. So first circuit is your half adder. So half adder, it is used to add 2 input. It is used to add two input. So next is, it is used to add two input. So how the box will look like? It is used to add two input. Here the input 1, input 2, and as I have discussed right now, that this produces sum as well as a carry. This adder circuit going to produce a sum as well as a carry. This is your half adder circuits. So two inputs, let's say this is your A and this is your variable B. So two inputs can be, I am taking this as variable A and variable B. Input is always variable. So you need to design the circuits in such a way that we are going to use this variable and going to express this output in terms of this variable. So A and B are variable. A is one input and B is another input. We are going to add, and after this circuit we are going to design, and this circuit going to process this input and going to produce some result. And you know, in addition we have a sum and a carry. Right now I have explained. Suppose I am adding 1 0. In this case the sum is 1 and the carry is, here the sum is 1, carry is 0. No carry is here. So just like that. So now we have identified, the first step is over. That is, we have identified the number of inputs and number of output. So next is your truth table. So how we are going to design the truth table? So truth table we have already know. Input is two inputs. So how many number of combination is there? 2 to the power 2 square. That is 4 possible combination. So input is A, B and output is sum and your carry. So these are the inputs and these are the outputs. So what are the input combination? That is 0 0, 0 1, 1 0 and 1 1. So 0 0, 0 1, 1 0 and 1 1. So if I add 0 plus 0, so addition, 0 sum means addition, 0 plus 0, 0 plus 0 means in digital, obviously sum is 0, so there is no carry, so 0. 0 plus 1, just need to add 0 plus 0, 0 plus 1, so 0 plus 1 is 1, carry is 0, 1 plus 0, here obviously 1 plus 0, sum is 1, carry is 0, 1 plus 1, 1 plus 1 in digital is 10, 1 plus 1 in binary addition we have already studied, 1 plus 1 means 10, so 10 means sum is 0, carry is 1. So for which combination the carry output is 1? Only this combination, 1, when A is 1, B is 1. So now I am going to explain, this is your truth table. So in truth table the output is your sum as well as your carry. Output is your sum as well as your carry. So how to write the expression, logic expression for sum and carry? Just see, I am going to write that expression. So the expression for the sum is, so you can see here sum is 1 when A is 0, B is 1, sum is 1 also when A is 1, B is 0, A is 1, B is 0. So this is the two possible combination, you can see here, this is the two possible combination only when the output is 1. So now I am going to write this expression in sum of product form. So in sum of product form, sum is equal to, how I am going to write? Only when the sum is, आप लोगों को क्या देखना है, जहाँ कहाँ पे the sum is 1, sum is 1, जहाँ भी आपका sum 1 है उस पर्टिकुलर कॉम्बिनेशन को वहाँ पे यहाँ पे लिखना है in terms of A and B. So how to write? A is 0, B is 1, that means A bar and B. So sum I am writing S is equal to A bar एंड मीन्स डॉट ए बार एंड बी, और कौन से कॉम्बिनेशन के लिए सम का आउटपुट 1 हो रहा है, दूसरा कॉम्बिनेशन क्या है, जितना भी कॉम्बिनेशन आएगा पॉसिबल कॉम्बिनेशन होगा उसको हम ऐड करते चले जाएंगे. सो नेक्स्ट कॉम्बिनेशन इज a is 1 b is 0, that is a b bar. So a bar b plus a b bar which is equal to, which is nothing but a XOR b. So this is your logic expression for sum. So next expression for your carry. Carry is very simple. Carry is 1 only when both the inputs is 1. Carry is 1 only when both the inputs are 1. For rest of the combination, the carry output is 0. So carry is 1 when a is 1 as well as b is 1. So how to write a1 and b? So c means your carry. So I can write here carry CRRY or c. I am denoting this as c. This is denoted as s. This is denoted as c. So c is equal to a and b. So now I have write the logic expression. Now the next step is, so first remember we have to decide number of inputs and outputs. Second, construct the truth table as per your requirement. Third, from the truth table write the expression. So since this is directly, this cannot be minimized, hence I am directly write the output expression. Now the last step is implement by using your basic gates. So how to implement that? So see, so how to implement that? So this is your input A, B. Now I am constructing that logic gates. So this is your A XOR B, because this is your XOR gate, and here this is a jumper I am using. Jumper means a crossover from the input A. So this is your input A and this is your input B, and this is your AND gate. So AND gate output will be C is equal to A and B, S is equal to A XOR B, or we can write this as A bar B or A B bar. So this is your the black box. The box I have already explained you. So this is that box. So now you can understand A, B are the input and S and C is the output. So this is your combinational circuits. Inside the box we have combinational circuits. One is your XOR gate, another one is your AND gate. XOR gate perform the addition, that is your sum, AND gate perform the carry operation. So this is your basically half adder. Half adder, I am writing this is here H dot A, that means half adder. Half adder going to add two inputs. Half adder going to add two inputs. So the output of the adder circuit is always remember sum and carry. The sum is performed by your XOR gate and the carry is performed by your AND gate. So this is the end of your half adder circuits. Next we will see about half subtractor. Next we will see about half subtractor. So in half subtractor we are going to obviously subtract two inputs. Here we have subtraction of two inputs. So how the circuit will be? We need to take half subtractor, half, this is your subtractor circuits. Similarly A, B are the inputs, and here obviously in subtraction what is, we are going to subtract B from A, so result will be difference and next one is your borrow. So suppose for example we have a combination like 1 0, so 0 1, so how to subtract? Here you need to subtract 1 from 0, so 0 is a lesser number from 1, so you need to take a borrow and that borrow becomes, makes it 10, 10 minus 1 we have 1. So like that we are going to perform about your, so you are taking some borrow when the subtracted number is lesser from your A. So we have difference and borrow when the first number is lesser than your second number, we have to take some borrow in order to perform the subtraction. So that's why we have in a half subtractor circuit the output is a difference and we have a borrow. Difference means here A minus B. A minus B. So B is subtracted from A. So that's the circuit. So now we have input as well as output is ready, half subtractor. So we are going to construct the truth table. Follow these steps. This is the step we are going to follow in your examination as well. So we are going to design this half subtractor. We have input A and B. A and B is the input, means variable inputs. We have output like difference and borrow. So A, B, output is difference. So difference I am denoting here D, and for borrow I am writing directly as borrow, or we can write it as B in. So A, B, so combination will be 0 0 0 1 1 0 1 0 and 1 1. So 0 minus 0, so obviously difference will be 0 and borrow will be 0. 0 minus 1, here we can see A is lesser, here we can see A is less than 1. So obviously we cannot subtract 1 from 0, we cannot subtract 1 from 0 directly, hence we need to take some borrow. So in this case the borrow will be 1, so borrow becomes 10, so 10 minus 1 we have 1. Then 1 minus 0 we have 1 and borrow will be 0. Second 1 minus 1 we have 0 and we have borrow will be 0. So borrow will be 1 only when A is smaller than B. So that is only one combination is present here. And difference we have 1 for 2 combination. So now we are going to write the logic expression for difference and borrow. So how we can write the logic expression? So output is D. So difference I am denoting is D. So when the output is 1, is when A is equal to 0, B is 1. A is 0, B is 1 means A bar B, or second combination is when the output is 1, that is A is 1, B is 0. So we can write that A B bar. So A bar B, A B bar, which is nothing but A XOR B. So for difference also we get the same circuit, that is A XOR B, but we have another output, that is your borrow. So borrow I am denoting here is B in. So B in means borrow. So borrow is 1 only for one combination, that is A is 0, B is 1. For remaining combination the borrow output is 0. So no need to write that. Only this is the combination for which your borrow output is 1. So this combination is A is 0, B is 1. So I can write that A bar B. So we have the expression directly. Now we need to implement this by using, this means output this D and B in terms of this A and B by using your basic logic gate. So this is your XOR gate, and additional one NOT gate is required in order to find A bar. So how I am going to implement this? So see here. So I need a XOR gate as well as AND gate. This is A and B. A and B. So we can directly so you can see here A is directly applied, B is directly applied to this XOR gate, and output will be A XOR B, which is nothing but your difference D, and then B is equal to A bar and B, hence we require a AND gate. This is your symbol for AND gate. So A we cannot directly apply, we need to perform A bar and B. So that must be A must be passing through a NOT gate before applying it to the AND gate. So this is your A bar and B. So that is your borrow B. So this is the basic circuits of your half subtractor. So remember, this is very easy. In the next class we will going to design some more complementary circuits, complex circuits. So basically you need to follow the steps. First you need to identify which application, according to application you need to identify the number of inputs as well as number of outputs. Accordingly we need to implement a truth table, you need to design a truth table. From that truth table we write the sum of product and product of sum expression. If sum of product expression needs minimization, that is some redundant terms are present, you need to solve it by using your K-map or by using your Boolean algebra. Then write the expression, that is your output in terms of input, and now it's time to implement that by using your logic gates. So these are the 5 steps you need to remember for designing a combinational circuits. Thank you.